Hi, I'm Tina Wissen of PTownSubbie. Today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to make label casts, preparing the tubes with a few simple tools such as scissors and markers and Exacto knives, and also with potentially buying one of our rolling jigs or the appropriate sizing template for the tube of your choice. So let's get started. First question people have is usually what type of label to use. Here is an example of the label that we recommend and that most people I know use. It's from onlinelabels.com, and this is for an inkjet printer. They also make them for laser printers, but inkjet is what we use. And it's also a weatherproof matte finish, so it's not going to be something shiny. As you can see, it's a rather dull finish, but it seems to have the best adherence to the pen tubes. After printing out my labels on our current inkjet printer, which is a Canon TS 9020, we now have to cut them. So we're going to use our Exacto knife, and I'm going to use the template that's appropriate for the Sierra, and we're going to get started. Now I've already pre-sized these, if you can tell just by laying the tube on it, to be the right dimensions. All I have to do is just get it cleaned up off of the paper. I also print them pretty close together so I can save as much space as possible and not waste any label. After lining up the template on top of the label that I want to cut, I'm going to hold it down firmly and gently score around the edges of the template. Alright, and there we go. Now that it's done, all I have to do is peel up my label. And there it is. Alright, so now I have a tube. I have the label that I cut, and I have two options. Either one, I can live dangerously and try and line it up exactly the way I need and hope for the best that I rounded it when I get to the other side and I have it right, and in this case I didn't. So to eliminate that problem, my husband Fred created these rolling jigs. All you have to do is flip the label upside down, line it up into this ledge corner that he has, hold it steady on both directions. You roll the tube, firmly attach it to one side. Now it's on the tube. So what I'll do now is I'll rub down the edge that I've connected. Last step I have to do, I'll take a matching marker. This is a navy blue Sharpie, and I'm going to cover the edge of my label so that when I close this label you won't see any white. And as I wrap it around, I'm going to make sure there's no air bubbles, because you normally don't get more than one shot with labels. They will wear the adhesion. And there we go. Now depending on if you're one of those seam people and you don't like the seam, you can always make it a little bit shorter But I'll let you know with labels, if you don't overlap at least a little bit like this, you're going to have problems where you'll get bubbles along the line, or it may actually peel back when you go to cast it. Last but not least, we have the tube ends to worry about. As you can see, there's a little bit of white on the edge, just like there was on the middle seam. So I'm going to take the Sharpie marker and I'm going to gently rub over that until I cover all the white. Now that's on the long end. We have to do a little bit more work. Because the label is cut a little bit longer to make for an adjustment depending on the tube size here that you buy, we have to use our curved scissors, making sure they're clean and free of debris. I'm going to gently cut off the excess. The reason why I'm doing this is if you would use the tube and mold of any kind and push your stopper into the end of this tube with the label long, it would force the label open and allow air to get in after you've casted it. So this is really important to clean up the edges to make sure that you don't have an issue. And once you're done, I'm going to coat it with the ink from the Sharpie again, making sure that I get all the white, because anything white is going to be magnified underneath the resin. Alright, there's your tube, and thanks for watching.